Fern Creek narrowed her eyes in satisfaction as the young kit made another mistake. In a flash, her paw darted out and bopped him on his orange and black mottled head, bouncing his nose into the dirt. Bumblecit yelped, and, with a lack of grace that somehow made Fern Creek suspect just how he got his name, somehow managed to trip over his own paws and fall to the side, earning giggles from the rest of the kits gathered around them. Fern Creek's tail lashed behind her, a soft purr in her voice as she shook her head at the tangle of kitten legs in front of her. And just what was that? Fern Creek sighed dramatically, turning her head away from Bumblecit as though she couldn't stand to look at him any longer. Which, in truth, she couldn't. Every time she stared at those two mutt kits, it felt like she was grinding rocks between her teeth. Really, with stalking skills like that, there's no chance you'd survive a second out in the real wilds. Do you think a dog or a fox would care that you got distracted by some bumbling butterfly? Hardly. Haven't you ever tried training a day in your life, or have you just been coddled this whole time? Fern Creek's lips pulled back in a slight snarl as she glanced down at the kit in front of her again, her tail whipping frantically behind her. Both of my kits were trained from the moment they were born to survive. I did what was needed to ensure they were ready for life out here. Lavender Ripple was catching birds at half your size. Jasper Gaze could bring in rabbits every day by the time he was a paw. And do you know why? Fern Creek leaned over Bumblecit, glancing him from one end to the other. They grew into strong warriors because I cared about them. I paid attention to them and what a cat really needs to survive out here. Not just fancy words from honey-tongued wannabe warriors. I actually took action and prepared kits that could survive out here on their own if they had to, instead of sitting around waiting for other cats to solve all of their problems for me. I raised real warriors. Fern Creek drew in a sharp breath, the world growing hazy around her as her rage rose to the surface once again. She couldn't tell what was worse, that these two kits existed, or that Briarstock hadn't even bothered to make the result of his disloyal heart worthy of being warriors. Then, quite suddenly, she was aware of the silence around her. Her heart jumped into her chest and she glanced around herself, surrounded by a half ring of confused, scared-looking kits, and her two stoic warriors, Jasper Gaze and Lavender Ripple, who both had slight frowns. Behind them, hovering in the shadows, the skinny Queen Mel was staring at Fern Creek with wide eyes, her paws trembling slightly. Flinching inside, Fern Creek sat up sharply and rolled her shoulders, yawning as though she were suddenly disinterested in the entire situation. Clearly, many of you are not fit to be considered real warriors in the slightest just yet, but that can be changed. Fern Creek nodded towards her warriors, trying to hide the slight tick of her jaw as she kept her gaze firmly away from Bumblecit and Beakit. Let's begin some training, shall we? Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Sims 3 Warrior Cats Challenge here in Meadow Clan, where we are watching over the cats as they start trying to figure out who among the new kits will be able to be warriors and who among them may need a lot more training before they could even think about contributing to Meadow Clan's safety, well-being, and the dwindling prey pile, which actually Lavender Dawnheart was just trying to take care of. Oh, and she didn't manage to get anything. Curses. She was trying to show off for Meadowkit, who has been assigned to a lavender ripple. And we'll send her over here to socialize and kind of talk about how that hunt went as the cat that she is going to be training with. So as you guys saw in the intro, Fern Creek has been taking her anger out on a couple of the small kits in the clan. She very, very much, for her own very personal reasons, does not like Bee-Kit and Bumble-Kit, and many of you guys have caught on to what those reasons are and why, but she has decided as deputy that maybe we should start sorting through all of this riffraff that has washed into her camp and figuring out if any of these kits could possibly be worthy of being warriors. And so she has assigned 2 kits to each of the warriors in camp right now, and Lavender Ripple is in charge of the smaller kits, Minnow Kit and Glow Kit. So we're probably going to follow that group around today. Glow Kit is way over here playing. He's feeling lonely because he feels like Branch Clan has abandoned him, but he is over here playing with one of the other kits. I think he's actually playing with Coral Kit, who is his sister, and it looks like Blossom Kit wants to play with him too, so that'll be kind of fun to watch. Let's see, in Fern Creek, what are you doing? All right, Fern Creek is going ahead. Oh no, she has fleas, and the medicine cat hasn't come back from her little adventure yet. Oh, that's really, no wonder she's in a bad mood. Maybe the fleas actually represent Bumblekit and Bee-Kit, and that lowers her mood. But it seems that she's checking out the nursery to possibly kind of push the kits out and see what's going on there. And the grace period for the prey pile is now over, my friends. Yep, look at this. It's so empty! Bumblekit, please tell me you didn't, like, stuff yourself on too much prey after getting, like, kind of tossed around in the training event this morning, because that would be very bad. But the grace period is over, and we're going to start having to roll for all sorts of effects to possibly happen to our kittens if we start seeing the portrait color behind them change, which means that their moods will have dipped pretty darn low. So we might need to dig through all of our current warriors. Alright, we've got some rainbow beetles actually, which we'll want to save. And actually, Mel, you're sitting on top of a lot of prey that you have not shared, and we actually saw Mel wants to practice hunting, but we actually saw that Mel hid some prey last time. So I'm very curious about that. But she does very much like the other kits, and she does seem to be a good queen. In fact, she is the queen who is in charge of all of the current kits of Meadow Clan. So Blossom Kit over here, just to explain really quickly to you guys, happens to be the child of Dawnheart. However, Dawnheart really wants to live more of that active clan life right now, and so she is actually letting Blossom Kit be completely taken care of by Mel. So that's where Blossom Kit goes for any of her milk or anything she needs. It's off to Mel, and Mel has little Mint Kit and little Gray Kit, who's over here, playing with Frog Kit. That's so cute. But they're also all probably getting a little bit hungry. Okay, Gray Kit, you need to take care of some of your needs, buddy. Okay, so you need to, like, use the restroom, but we're gonna have to start taking care of all of the kits again. As you can see, many of them are starting to get hungry, so it is indeed time to start doing some serious hunting. And it looks like Dawnheart is a fantastic hunter. Her level is 9, which means that we'll be able to hunt in this territory 9 times. So I know it's been a super long time since we have had our regular series. I wanted to just explain really quickly, that's why we're going nice and slow, my friends. We're reintroducing everything at a good pace. Here, I'll follow little Blossom Kit around as I explain this. And Dawnheart, you go ahead and start stalking for prey, actually, my dear. So she can hunt 9 times in this territory because she has the skill level 9. So we'll start her off with 4 hunts here. And then Orso also should do some hunting. Orso, we'll go ahead and you can only hunt 4 times here. So we'll start them both at 4 times and check in on them in just a minute. And hopefully the kits won't interrupt them. If they do, I might have to send the warriors out of camp, which would be kind of dangerous. But we'll talk about that in just a second for why. All right, so It has been a long time since we have really settled down. Where did my kits go? I was gonna follow little Blossom Kit. All right, we're gonna follow Blossom Kit for a minute because she's adorable. But it has been a long time since we have been in Warrior Cats, so I'm going to explain a few things as we go for those of you who happen to be new, or if you just forgot some of the key points for how we play. Point number, oh, Blossom Kit, that was so cute. She tripped over herself. She just tripped over her own paws while running up to say hello to little Glow Kit. That is so adorable, and he seems a little worried about her. He's always been worried if the other cats like hurt themselves or anything like that, since his health has always been so low. But oh, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, point number one, I love taking pictures of these cats, so that's always going to be a thing. Point number two, what we are doing is reintroducing all of our plots, and we are reintroducing how we play with our Warrior Cat series one step at a time, because otherwise I will get so tangled. We have so many different plots going on. We have so many different plot points. Are both of these kits okay? Okay, we definitely need to get more food. But we have so many different plots and so many different plot points. The story may seem to go very slowly right now, but that is actually intentional because at the moment, all right, in Jasper Gaze, it is time for you to wake up and start hunting too, because we are really badly low on food. And everybody's gonna really start feeling that effect pretty soon. So Jasper Gaze, food please. You can hunt 7 times here. 1, 2, 3, we'll do 4 to start. There we go. But let's see, what was I just saying? Yes, the story is going to go pretty slow at first, just as I get back into what we're doing and how we're doing it, as we kind of get used to being back in the Warrior Cats world. I am still only doing 1 episode a week right now, just to kind of pace myself, because what you see here with all of these kits, do you see these frolicking little feetsies? There's not supposed to be this many kits, and we are not supposed to have quite so many plots just tangling up our feet. Like, we're literally surrounded by tangles of kits. Look at this. This is not how it normally goes. And because there are so many plots going on, I have to go really slowly to make sure that I get to some of the parts that I do have planned, while still making sure to change absolutely everything if something happens, like a random generator changes it all. And I'm just getting used to all of it again, so I just wanted to explain that's why it may seem really slowly paced right now. Also, they're so cute, and I have to take so many pictures of them. They're just adorable. And then point number 2 is the whole territory thing I was just talking about. For those of you who have forgotten, oh, come on, Orso, we need successful hunts right now. For those of you who may have forgotten, the way that our territory works and hunting in the territory works is that different cats have different types of hunting skills. Oh, Donhart now gained the hunter trait. Yes. All right. Good job, Donhart. Jeez. Donhart has the hunter trait, and Donhart will now hunt on their own more often and gain the hunting skill more quickly. And she might get a little calvie. I'm sorry, I love guinea pigs, but I also love keeping my kits alive, so feeding them would be nice. Who's this? Lavender? Okay, Lavender is going to go try to catch something on her own. So for those of you wondering, really quickly, I'll explain how the mechanics for that work. If a cat tries to catch a creature that is on the territory on their own, like this, I did not send her to catch this. She's trying to catch it from the little bugs that sort of spawn on the ground on their own. Where are some little bugs? I think all of my cats have tried to like hunt them, but every now and then you'll see some bugs or some snakes or something just crawling on the ground. And if the cats want to hunt those on their own, then that does not count as one of the hunts they're allowed in a territory. But a cat is allowed as many hunts in one territory as they have hunting skills for that type of territory. For instance, here, Lavender Ripple would be allowed 4 hunts inside of this territory because that is her level 4. She has level 4 skill for meadow areas. And once she uses up this area, then she would have to go look at all of our hunters trying to feed our tangles of kits. But okay, okay, hang on. I'm so distracted. Okay, basically she can hunt 4 times inside of this territory. This is a meadow territory. Her hunting skill for meadows is level 4. If she tried to hunt for fish, her hunting skill that I have in a little sheet that I keep track of all of their different skills and when they develop it and when they lose it from random events and things like that. Her hunting skill for fish is 0, so she would have to train her skill up to level 1 again before she'd be allowed to hunt for fish, and I would use a cheat to lower her skill so it would be like as low as it can go, and then she would go to a pond and she could fish. What happens if she hunts here 4 times and we need to get more food because these cats are really not very good at catching them for some reason today? Then she would have to go to a new territory because the cat would have overhunted this territory. Oh, Jasper caught the gecko, but he ate it because he was hungry. Curses. But then she would have overhunted this territory from eating it 4 times, and she would have to wander into a new territory, which presents its own dangers of running into dangerous things. We might start changing it so every time a cat goes into a territory that they that's different than their camp, then we might have to roll to see if a random event happened. What the heck is that? Oh, it's a flower. I thought it was one of our kits, and I was like, no, our kits are on the loose. And this is a territory that Meadow Clan controls, but if they tried to go to a territory like the farm, then they might have to roll a random generator to see if something happened, because this place is crawling with 2 legs and it's crawling with other cats, and sometimes they have diseases, sometimes they might have a whole bunch of prey we could steal. So that would be interesting, and it would also involve crossing a thunder path, which would run a risk of something happening. So basically you can see how life is risky for our cats. All of the kittens in every clan are now shoved onto this one spot. I am so nervous, but we're taking the kid gloves off, or the kit gloves off, I should say. And all of our cats are going to have to really start making things happen. So we're going to have Lavender Ripple go ahead and do some hunting here. Let me see. And then we're also going to take the prey that they just caught and put it down, because I'm getting super nervous that the kits are going to get sick from not having enough food. So we're going to take out this prey. And Fern Creek, you better wake up soon, lady, because we need more hunters. And Mel would definitely share the prey as well. Has she disappeared again? Mel, she was hiding a lot of food, but I think she would share it knowing that the kids are getting hungry. Mel has slipped into the forest again. I'm not telling her to do that. She just keeps vanishing into the forest, and that makes me really, really curious about just what she's up to. She wants to practice hunting. She wants to socialize with Petalstar. That's a new one. Okay, Mel, why don't you come back over here and go ahead and eat this? Curses. And it looks like a few of these bugs. Yeah, it looks like actually most of these bugs, like this one right here, has gone bad because the cats cannot eat it. So if I can't click on it and make a cat eat it, that means that that particular bug, for some reason, has just like gone bad. The kits played with it too much and tore it apart. So curses, because I needed to eat that food. I need food. Mel, you might even have to do hunting, but as a queen, you normally wouldn't. All right, anybody else have any food? Petalstar, you have 1 water beetle that you caught on your own, and Petalstar also doesn't really hunt, and she doesn't get hungry easily either, and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit later. But anyway, sorry for going into the mechanics for so long. I think it's just important to explain why things are risky now. We have to feed all of these kids, and that's something that Jasper Gaze has been trying to talk to Petalstar about for a while, and hasn't really gotten a very satisfying response. So what's gonna happen? All right, Dawnheart has caught another one. So she has 9 ability to hunt here. We've already done 4. We're gonna do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And Dawnheart may actually save all of our kits. Is that, oh, it's a lizard. Or are we gonna have any luck with Lavender Ripple over here? But Dawnheart might save our kits by actually feeding us for once, which would be amazing. Yeah, and Dawnheart just caught another beetle. I think she might actually save all of us from starvation. And I'm really surprised that Lavender's hunting is so low. I would have thought, being as well trained as she is from Fern Creek, that her hunting would have been higher. Well, we just have to... No! Coral my gosh. Coral Kit is going to Mel and she doesn't feel good. And she only has a yellow icon behind her. And she's quiet and skittish. And she's going to Mel, who's also quiet and skittish. And give me just a second. I'm going to have to go ahead and roll. And she's sad right now. And I'm going to have to see. Her lowest thing is fun and bladder if anything happens to her. So give me just a second. I have to roll. Yeah, okay. She is fine, and basically she rolled that nothing bad will happen as long as she doesn't dip down into like an orange range. But I wonder how I can pull her mood up. She wants to go over to Mel, so we're going to interpret this as, you know, Mel really, she needs some attention. Or not Mel, like Coral Kit needs some attention. So let's actually come over here, and can we snuggle with a special friendly? And Mel is really friendly. So you know what? Let's go ahead and we're going to nuzzle. And Mel and Coral Kit are going to spend some time together. Socializing and snuggling. And then hopefully... There we go. Friendly, socialize. Oh, and Frog Kit just fell down right in front of this turtle. Alright, there we go. Friendly, sniff. Oh, little Coral Kit doesn't want to be snuggled. But we'll say Mel is trying to cheer up the kit because she does not like seeing how sad all of these kits are, how they miss their homes, and it just seems like she knows something more. And yes, sometimes for scenes like that where we just rolled and we had a bit of character development as a result, I would normally like do a little roleplay scene, but sometimes we don't have the time because I've got to keep all of these kits alive, thank you very much, and that's kind of keeping me on my toes. But yeah, you can look forward to more scenes where we kind of do a little bit of role play, but for the most part we're going to try to keep it moving because we've got a big plot pile to untangle right now. Alright, Dawnheart caught a water beetle. Jasper Gaze and Orso are not having any luck. Lavender is doing well. We might want to raise Fern Creek. Are you ready to wake up? Let's wake Fern Creek up and have her go ahead and get a good scratch of her paws, because Fern Creek needs to do some hunting as well. And she's got hunting skill 5. So once she's ready, she'll do some hunting because we just need to take care of this tangle of kits before something worse happens. If Coral Kit's mood does not go up at some point soon, then what will happen is her portrait color will change to orange, and that will increase the risk that something really bad will happen to her. I rolled a generator, and the opportunity was between 1 and 100. And if she rolled anything higher than a 60, just then because she has a yellow background, then that means that something bad would have happened to Coral Kit. She did not roll anything higher than a 60, so right now we just kind of are going to work with whatever her mood is. And you, lady, well, if you're so tired, you are a plant sim. Why don't you go ahead and, like, can she not dig her little hole to go to sleep? A plant sim fairy should be able to do that. Hang on one second. All right. Don't mind her. She's a bit of an odd duck sometimes. Oh dear, and you're not supposed to feed the babies. That's cheating. That's cheating, Summer. I'll have to deal with that later. All right. But again, and I'm also getting into this after a year away, so if I'm really skittered all over the place, that's why. And I apologize. We're just figuring out how to take care of everyone again. And I need to get my random generators up. So give me some advice, guys. What I want to start doing is changing our random generators so that they can be really, really based on just how the different... wait, did I pick the wrong kit? Coral Kit? Where's Mel? Oh, I see. But now Coral Kit's just running around. And she did feel like Jasper Gaze rescued her last time from the big scary storm. And there's Petal Star. Oh, actually I could definitely see something happening right there. Play with another pet. Well, that would definitely work out. She has just wandered in to Petal Star's den while running around and trying to have a little bit of fun, and that actually improved her mood. So by running over here and just running around, she has woken up Petal Star from Petal Star's nap, and she has also gained a little bit more fun running through the flowers of the meadow and then finding the leader waiting for her. So that's really interesting. And again, this is kind of how we do our stories. We have our role playing, and then I rely on you guys to really help me watch and keep an eye. Oh, and now she's lonely again because her fun went down. So over we come, and let's see if Puddlestar can go ahead and have fun playing with the baby. And maybe Coral Kit will feel even more loyalty to this beautiful, beautiful leader who has come and is now spending time with her while she is so lonely. But yes, if you guys could have an event happen, like you say, and actually I think this really is a good thing. Nothing terribly bad will happen to Coral Kit with her mood solo, but it's worth noting that she is very sad. And what happened while she was sad? Well, this is going to control a lot of her character. Having run over here, desperately lonely, and bumped into Puddlestar, and now Puddlestar is willing to play with her. And Mel was trying to console her for missing her family, and Mel wanted to come over and try to spend some time with the little one and take care of her. And she had brought over her secret stash of food to feed the babies, but now that the kit has run into Puddlestar's den, maybe it's not safe for Mel to come over and interact with them. So I love it. And I'm sorry it's so slow. I'll get faster as we go on. All right, Lavender, you've got one more stalking for prey allowed. And she also just raised her skill to level 5. So we'll allow her to hunt here one more time in this territory. We have another light beetle. I think thankfully we have managed most of the kits. But if you could control the random generators, and it looks like the kits literally ate everything except the bugs. Oh, did they destroy all of the bugs? Curses! I think that they literally destroyed all of the bugs. Guys, you cannot do that. That is all we have to eat. I have to be very careful and like control the kits to eat. Looks like we caught some turtles at least. And control the kits to eat more often. And Jasper, you're really hungry. And you did all of your hunting. And the kits broke all of our bugs. That happens when they try to watch the bugs. So I'm going to say the kits are causing problems in the prey pile. They ended up ripping apart all of the bugs that we had available. And that happens when they try to like view it and play with it. So I'm going to say the kits were all too overeager. And they destroyed all of the bugs that the cats tried to bring back to feed them. And only the larger prey items were able to survive. And now I need Jasper to feed himself. But he already did all of his hunting he's allowed over here, didn't he? No, I did 4 hunts here. So now he gets to do another 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Phew. All right, Dawnheart, how are you going? Dawnheart, okay. There we go. And Orso, I think, already did all of the hunting Orso can do. And now Orso is passed out because that's totally Orso. All right, but like I was saying, so if you guys could control a random generator, and we had a cat whose mood went down, and the things that they were sad about are things like lost a friend. Instead of having our random generator roles always be related to illness or disease, I want to start changing it so that we reflect more on the seasons, we reflect more on any relationships that cat may have, we reflect more on any of the current dangers, and also the moods. So I'm going to say if we had to roll again for Coral Kit and she was sad and lost a friend, then we might actually dramatically decrease her social relationship with all of the cats that she may feel upset about from the plot point of view. So all of the branch clan cats, she may have lowered her relationship with even more. And it looks like the cat that she's closest with right now is actually Gray Kit, Otterslip, and Quail Eye. So poor little Coral Kit. Oh, I feel so sad for her. Oh no, I know Orso has fleas. Curses. So we do have a flea problem, so hopefully we will be getting our medicine cat back pretty soon. And Coral Kit is still pretty sad. Come on, can we do anything? Let's chase her. Come along, Coral Kit. Do you want to play? Oh, turn down. I think, what? Coral Kit. Okay, let's goof around. Maybe that'll help. Coral Kit's too skittish. I think she's too shy, even though she's so lonely, and even though she wants to, she ran into Puddlestar's area. It was like Coral Kit was too shy to play chase, because she is a very skittish personality. All right, there we go, but she's willing to goof around. I think Petalstar brought her out of her shell a little bit by having her just be more playful. And now the two are playing through the flowers together. And look at that, Coral Kit's mood just went way up. I'm telling you guys, we got to keep a close eye on this. Petalstar really will go out of her way to help any kit who is in need. But our random generators are going to be playing a much bigger role pretty soon. So I could really use your guys' help at just kind of figuring out the kinds of things you think we should add into them to add a bit more drama into our stories. Like the fact, and it looks like the cats really get a mood boost from eating birds, which I didn't know. But like the fact that we're going to have to start crossing territories and doing something to feed the kits. If Coral Kit's hunger had been really low and we had rolled, it would have been a roll risking for illness. And if say like, if say her scratch had been low, we might do something where she would take a really risky behavior and then have to roll again for the outcome. If her energy had been low, it might be something related to illness, or it might up her risk chance for if she tried to cross Thunderpath, or if she ran into a dog or an enemy of some kind. So there's a whole bunch of ways that we could leave it to the game to affect their stories. And right now, I'm just, no! Our prey pile is totally empty. And right now I am desperately trying to avoid those issues by keeping all of the warriors who can filling up this prey pile because we have so many hungry babies to feed. And we'll hopefully have the medicine cat back soon to handle these flea issues and possibly help reveal a little bit more why Petalstar never seems to be that concerned about fleas or anything else that that they get up to. And now it's like, I know they're kind of bugged out, but now it looks like Petalstar and our wonderful Coral Kit are just watching the leaves fall together, and it's making Coral Kit happy. Wow. All right, guys. Well, we're going to keep an eye on everybody. Thank you for your patience as I untangle the kittens, untangle the plots, and untangle how we are going to start working with our random generators. Like I said, right now, we have to be a little bit careful. There's so much going on plot-wise that until I kind of figure out what may happen with everyone, or if this could possibly be the future for pretty much all of the animals that we have forever, is this going to be the permanent home for our kits? Once we figure out that answer, we'll be able to move along a little faster and let the random generators tell the story. But I appreciate your guys' patience just while I untangle a few very important things that I think you guys will enjoy. And give me your ideas on what you would like to see in the random generators. Think about the seasons. Think about things that are plot driven, like a cat deciding, okay, I'm going to go ahead, like maybe Fern Creek decides to take out her need to scratch on her nearest enemy. Or maybe these fleas end up really driving her up a wall and she loses a couple skills for her hunting. Her hunting is only going to be half as good for as long as she has those fleas because they are making her too restless. Really think outside the box, and it'll help us to guide our stories in the future. So I'll see you guys next time, where hopefully all of our kits are not going to starve to death. What is happening? Bye, guys.